Hi everyone. This is the third and final video in the series that we're sending through ahead of the May workshops. And this video discusses the third category of findings from the evaluation. This third category is about home and remote working and what this means for delivery of drug and alcohol services. So during the pandemic, a lot of staff needed to work from home at least some of the time. And some of this home working might even have continued. And this category is about what home and remote working means for team communication, what it means for information sharing, what it means for meeting the needs of service users, what it means for staff well-being, and so on. So how do services make sure that home working is effective and that it works for staff and for service users and for organisations? Most of the findings that relate to this category come from the interviews and focus groups that we did with staff members, although some of it also comes from the work that we did with service users. For example, one staff member discussed the importance of working together in a shared space, of being co-located, and the importance of that to supporting service users, and they discussed it in the following way. They said, "But yeah, it was nice to be back in the office and just be able to discuss client cases quite casually rather than make it formal, that you have to ring someone up and have their notes in front of you. Bumping into a prescriber in the kitchen and just going, 'I've got this client and I think this, what do you think?' and have that conversation rather than having it in your own head and then doubting what's there. It's nice to run it past someone." So as you can see, for some staff, that ability to have those informal conversations was very important. And that was lost when working from home. Obviously, that has the potential to impact the support that service users receive. Another aspect that was discussed was the practical and social support that was gained from office-based working. And that again couldn't be gained in the same way when working remotely. So for instance, one staff member said the following: "But I think in terms of things that were difficult, you missed your team and you come off a difficult call. You come off a difficult call in the office and you've got 20 colleagues around you if you want to speak or vent or anything like that. And you didn't have that. You were isolated at home. And fair enough, you could pick up the phone and speak to somebody, but it wasn't the same." This was someone who was reflecting on their experience of feeling a little distanced, maybe feeling a little isolated, feeling that they didn't have that connection that they previously had, and they didn't have that when they were working from home. And this was something that a number of staff members actually said, that sense of losing support and connection with colleagues when working from home. Another example related to this category is the impact of home and remote working on staff workloads. For example, some staff discuss working longer hours and or having difficulty separating work and family/personal life. One said the following: "There's that temptation there to maybe log into emails a little bit earlier in the morning or a little bit after you finish just to catch up on things. Whereas in the office, you wouldn't do that as much. So I had to be quite disciplined and not do that and just say, look, leave work alone when it's finished for the day and come back to it tomorrow." So that was quite, well, not difficult to do early on, but I had to set myself firm boundaries for myself quite early on. So in terms of this third category, we need to think about how home working can be made to actually work for staff and service users, how it can be made to work for teams, and how it can be made to work for organisations. So thanks for watching. This is again just a very brief taster of some of the findings that came out of the evaluation, and we hope to see you at one of the workshop sessions to discuss the findings in more detail. Thanks a lot.